Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pieces of One Piece. Now that we've tested the waters with our first chapter, time to get into the series proper. Psych! There's an illustration of Shanks, his first mate, and a random other dude on his crew, and Luffy. There isn't really much to say about it, but it's there. But enough japes. Let's start with this chapter proper, which is entitled, They Call Him Straw Hat Luffy. In Viz's translation. We see him embarking on his adventure before he gets sucked into a whirlpool. I meant what I said last time. Luffy's dead. This is the end of the series. Anyways, we start Two Piece with a cover page of Luffy standing with a weird kind of striped bird in front of his Jolly Roger, which he doesn't have yet. Jeez, the spoilers. Anyways, the chapter finally starts proper as we see a lady pirate captain being kind of a jerk to her crew. She gets mad about the ship being dirty. She makes them tell her she's beautiful. We then see that she's called Iron Mace Alvida, dubbed the lady pirate. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I guess she's the only one. Her crew sees a barrel wash up on the shore. They think it's full of alcohol and go to smash it, before a boy that's strikingly similar to Luffy busts out of it after taking a nap. Seriously, though, it is never explained how exactly he got into the barrel. The crew alerts Alvida about him, making her think that he is Rower Noah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and talk about this. This character's name is usually translated as Zoro. However, in the infamous 4Kids dub, they named him Zolo because, well, there is another fictional character named Zoro that uses swords. Oh, by the way, spoilers, Zoro uses swords. However, Viz's translation also calls him Zolo. This well being because, I guess, he was well known as Zolo, and well, in Japanese, L's and R's are kind of interchangeable, so he could theoretically be called Zolo. The thing about that is, though, well, Rono Zolo sounds kind of stupid. His name was very clearly going for, like, an R scheme. So, like, Rower Noah Zolo just doesn't sound right. So, I'll call him Zoro. Back to the story itself, though. Luffy meets one of Velveeta's crew, Kobe, with a K, not a C. Weird, I know. We get his brief backstory of going fishing, getting onto the wrong boat, and then being forced to be a cabin boy. Luffy tells him how pathetic that is, because it is, and tells him his goal is to be king of the pirates. Kobe then expresses how hard this dream really is to achieve, and we actually get the One Piece name drop for the first time. Yeah, believe it or not, in Luffy's promise to Shanks, the One Piece wasn't mentioned at all. Luffy hits him for saying it's impossible, and he tells him that he's willing to die for his dream. Surprising Kobe, because, well, he doesn't really fight for his dreams. Kobe then asks him if he thinks he can join the Navy. Luffy responds with, well, how could he know? Kobe, being inspired by Luffy, declares that he will join the Navy and even capture Alvida. Unfortunately, though, Alvida overhears him. When Luffy sees her, he just kind of casually calls her ugly. Kobe Setters then shouts that she's the ugliest old hag on all of the sea. You know, Kobe, that's extraordinarily petty. That's the last thing you should be insulting her about. But Alvida goes to attack him for this before Luffy intervenes and beats her with a single punch. Jeez, I thought this was One Piece, not a One Punch Man. Luffy then makes the crew give him a dinghy before they sail out onto the sea to find Roanoa Zoro, to add him to his pirate crew, ending the chapter. Honestly, I think it was a bit too generous to the last chapter. Don't get me wrong, I think it's pretty good and a good setup to the series and hooking you. But that's just it. It's promise. So I'd probably lower the ranking of that chapter to 7 out of 10. Although for this, I'll be abiding by the rule of 5 being average, so don't take that as it being bad. That being said, I would give this one about a 6 out of 10. It still does its job fairly well, but not as well as the first one. Not only not bad, but not the best thing I've ever read. And with that, that's about it. I know I put this one out pretty fast. Because, well, this is Pieces of One Piece. Don't expect every chapter to be as long as the first one. Some, though, because, this series has some pretty hype chapters. But, that's about all I have to say, so,